kidding.
Exactly. So
Roll
anyway,
intro.
everybody, welcome to our podcast, Woke Wars, Welcome Warriors. Thank you for being here. This is going to be episode X because it's definitely not coming out in chronological order.
Yep.
But whichever number this ends up being, thank you so much for hanging out and coming to listen to our chats. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We're on Instagram. We might be on
Soon to be on Spotify.
Soon to be on Spotify. Soon to be on TikTok. But right now, definitely subscribe to us on YouTube. And if you're watching a little clip, subscribe to us on Instagram as well. Share with your friends. Leave us your comments. Tell us how we're doing. And we're open for suggestions because we're just getting started.
Woke Wars.
So,
cheers, bro.
one more time. But when you said the brains of the operation, I thought you were gonna meant like the technical brains to put all this stuff together.
No, I think you're a smart guy.
You're a smart guy too, man.
Well, thank you.
But
But,
in the grand scheme of things, how
I
smart
think,
are
or
we
maybe
really?
maybe it's that idea. Maybe it's two ideas combined. Let's say that idea that the grass is always greener on on the
Other side.
other side of the fence, and focus and expansion.
Mm-hmm.
When you start focusing on one thing too much, then that thing expands and you see more of that
Right,
throughout
exactly.
the day. You can apply that idea to like every aspect of life. Let's say even like for bad luck and good luck. Oh, you can say, oh, I have a lot of bad luck. A lot of shit happens to me every day, and you start getting in this mindset where you're focusing in the bad things that happen to you every day. So you're gonna start seeing yourself as someone that has a lot of bad luck.
Right.
So now I don't know, you hit your toe against the freaking bed in the morning and you're like, oh shit, I have bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
So focus expansion, it could be that too, like we're focusing in our weaknesses because we're rewatching the episodes and we're paying too much attention on how we try to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And we are able to capture the nuances and like the our faults.
Right.
Sometimes
We
I'll
hyper-focus.
watch, I'm like, fuck, I'm so insecure, I'm so like we shouldn't release that because like I sound like an idiot. Like I literally sound like an idiot.
It's okay.
Like I'm not expressing my ideas to like the way I want it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuttering a lot, I'm not finding words, I'm going like too much, but this is part of the process. So
Yeah.
let's go with it and see how it goes.
It's an opportunity to learn. And what you were mentioning before is sort of that sort of confirmation bias or I guess there's this one called the negativity bias. Maybe I'm misquoting
Negativity bias.
Negativity.
Okay.
Which is pretty much our brains hold on to bad experiences far more than they hold on to good experiences. Like that's
The
why people say,
traumas,
why
you
does
mean?
this always happen to me? Anything.
Right.
We can focus on the feels. Like if you, like, let's go back to our friend. Oh, you were there, right? When our friend Gabriel missed this open shot goal. Wink, wink.
What open shot? What
Last game. We play soccer, by the way.
Shit.
And so
Gabe, it's fine, man. I forgive you.
Yeah, we forgive you.
Because I
It's
missed
okay.
a couple of goals too, and
Exactly.
we play soccer, by the way. Yeah.
But
every Sunday.
he hyper focuses on that one miss, and there's all this other positive thing that can come from the game and the game analysis. Like his position was perfect, but
Yeah.
he was so upset for missing that one thing, that one negative event that happened during that game. And of course, like that was a little bit on the line. Like we could have tied and we lost, but it's not just because of that moment. It's like a combination of moments. But how our brain kind of hyper focuses on that and just like, oh, I suck, which is not the truth.
Yeah, it's not the
far
truth,
from the
no.
truth.
Last, besides this last game that we lost 2-1, the game before we murdered the other team, and Gabe, we did pretty well together, bro. You scored some
Exactly.
goals, like some good passes, so, But I understand it's the competitive spirit.
Yeah,
Like we do have that, especially people that play sports. Especially Brazilians that play soccer. It's a big thing in Brazil, and we want to win. And I totally understand that frustration, especially because I felt the same way.
Yeah.
In a way, but it's natural. If you watch the professional league, you will see these players that are making millions of dollars, and they will miss a shot that probably cost them the championship or going to the next phase or whatever. And it was like, dude, if my mom was there standing there, she could have made that shot. And you, motherfucker, you make millions to be there and like do your job and you missed it. I mean, we can't crucify the
No,
person. You know,
not at all.
like
But we
Roberto
do all the
Baggio
time.
back in 1994. That was at the Rose Bowl.
Oh.
At the Rose Bowl in LA, in Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
Brazil was the 4-time champion of the world. We won the World Cup
The Tetra.
because of the penalty that Roberto Baggio missed. You
I don't remember,
Roberto
'cause
Baggio, Italy
Yeah,
against
no, I
Brazil,
know
'94.
Roberto.
So I was a little kid. I was
that
5.
the final? Was that
That
the
was
final?
the finals, yeah.
Yeah.
And Brazil won because, of course, because we scored
Right.
our penalty. But
So it was like a
Roberto
penalty shootout.
Baggio-
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it was a penalty shootout. Yeah.
Okay.
So the game was tied. It was very close, and yeah, we won because Roberto Baggio missed that penalty.
It's okay. Italy has
So can he-
has like a few World Cups.
They have 4, but they will not be participating in the next one, which is this year. I'm very excited.
So you want the good people to be out, so it's easier. They didn't make it. They didn't make the cut.
Come on, bro.
Man.
I thought you
sorry.
followed soccer.
I follow, but I don't remember.
I mean,
these
I don't
things.
follow soccer, and I know that. That was
Yeah.
like the big. How do you say? Like in Brazil, we use the term zebra.
Zebra. What?
Yeah, like it was something that happens that was not expected to happen. It's like
Oh.
foi a grande zebra. We say like the big zebra. I don't know
Okay.
why we use
It
that.
was- Right.
It's like yeah, when something that it wasn't supposed to happen or was not
Meant. Yeah.
expected
Yeah,
to happen
it was like a very big
happens, and
cooler.
everybody's like, holy shit! Like Italy is out of the World Cup.
Yeah. Who would have expected that?
How do you what's
Is
the term in
Portugal made
English?
it to the World Cup?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Cristiano Ronaldo's playing, my friend.
Nice, nice.
It's probably his last World Cup, his last
Probably.
chance.
I mean, it depends on if there's more people to replace his position, I guess. But he's done it all. But
Yeah.
all I wanted
He's good.
the point I was trying to tie everything together was more about this concept called present moment focus, which is something that is part of sports psychology, I think, a lot. And all these high performance athletes, they have to, use this concept and explore this and develop them in themselves, which means try to minimize how your past actions affect the next action. Take a striker, for example. Present
How the
moment
past action might affect.
yeah, because if
okay,
you're in
yeah.
a bad streak or if you're in a bad you missed a few shots, you naturally will feel those shots will linger in your mind, and every time you go and approach, you're gonna have, instead of resetting and going back to the basics and just taking that shot like it was your first, a lot of the times that baggage, quote unquote, that came from the past performance, whether it was like 5 minutes ago or 2 games ago, that affects you, and you want to take that out of the equation. You want to do 100 shots, you're going to miss statistically
Right.
like 50 or 20 or 10.
You're saying something very interesting right now.
Yeah, no, but this is a real thing.
No,
and-
because I'm gonna tell you something after you finish
Okay.
that might be really cool.
So,
cool
this is
idea.
something that we need to, that these top athletes, because they all, obviously it's not just about the physical fitness, it's also about the mental fitness. And that's
Yeah.
why you have soccer players who go on these terrible ruts. Goalkeepers are victims of that. That one, a striker from Spain who was a top striker, and then he lost it. And because he lost it, he snowballed into having, he never became a threat anymore, and his career just kind of like
Oh,
Shadows.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
What
now.
was his
I
guy?
was-
I forget his
I
name.
think I was understanding it
blonde-
from a different
blonde dude.
perspective, but now I think I
But
understand what
even
you're
in
saying.
our level, when we go and play sports, I always took pride in the fact that I don't let my emotions get out of control on the field.
right.
In
Only
the,
when
in
I
the
yell
sense, only when you yell at me. Only in the
at you. Like,
sense
I'm
that
doing a fucking great job here, and
Yeah,
you focus
right.
on the negative. Come on, man, because I made one mistake. I'm doing a great game.
I didn't even consider that was to be a mistake. But like we see a lot even in our little leagues that we play for fun, how people kind of lose their cool and they let that affect the game, and it's kind of like a personal journey. There's no amount of, hey, don't worry about it, just breathe, just forget about this anger, just release it.
For sure.
That won't have people cursing the ref, cursing the other players, playing harder and not smarter. Like it's almost like playing
But
mind
don't you agree
games.
that's part of the game, though?
Yeah, but it's not a. I don't think it's a It's part of the game because it
I mean,
happens all the time. It's human nature.
It's not something that generates positive outcomes, but it's part of it's part of the game. It's part of human nature. It's
Sure.
part of the sport. You know, it's part of the it's something that emerges with that competitiveness that I was talking about. You know,
Right. But you can still be clinical and be very level-headed
for sure. Yeah.
against in these high pressure situations. Of course, it's going to be much harder for like a final Champions League final. What was that Champions League final game? And why the woke wars we're talking about soccer all of a sudden? This is like our topic for the day. But there was this one goalie who
Because
got
you never know what subjects are going to lead to.
right. Exactly. But there was this guy, I forget which final, like 2 or 3 years ago. He had like the worst night of his career where he actually fumbled a couple of goals. It hit the gloves and went in. And he did 2 really terrible saves that got scored against. So
Do you know where the guy was? What team he played for?
I think it was an English team.
Okay.
But I'm really terrible with soccer.
Whatever,
facts.
but
you
mean,
know, like
yeah.
these situations where it matters, this is where you see the ice cold blood that goes through these people's veins
Yeah.
at this top elite level. Think about any gymnast who's gonna, you know, do like their routine for the goal, or they're gonna do the run and they have to do like these incredible feats of human athleticism.
You can use that. You know, the same idea applies to us here.
Yeah.
Communicating something. Like the first episode, we were like super nervous. I felt like I mean, I don't know you, but I was nervous because just the idea that we're gonna be seen by other people and gonna be judged, doesn't matter if it's like 5 people or 5,000 or 5 million. I know someone else is, besides the two of us, is gonna see this and is gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's an idiot."
Yeah.
But, and I don't know, for some reason your mind always goes to the negative first.
Negative bias. There you
Negative bias, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for watching until the end. This has been Woke Wars, and I hope you liked our conversation. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Tell us what you'd like to hear us talk about next. Also, check out some of our other episodes. We post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will see you on the next one.